like how we got nicknamed the Robin Hoods of real estate. Yeah,
yes,
no doubt. Yeah, so what we were doing, there's kind of like a few moving parts to it, but I'll break it down the best I can in a nutshell. So there was a hedge fund out of Miami that had like a 5-year exit strategy on property. They wanted to buy property, renovate it, put tenants in it, and then sell it in 5 years. So we were wholesaling houses to them that fit their buy box. Then I was approached by a friend of mine who was like, yo, here's what I'm thinking. I met with this attorney. He said he'll represent people who are doing short sales for free, pro bono, and get paid on the back end by the bank. Then I met with a credit repair company that said they'll do the same. The hedge fund will buy these houses. The homeowner can stay in them, and they'll rent the houses back from the hedge fund, and then we'll fix their credit. And so after that 5 years goes by and they're eligible to buy a house again, they can buy the house back from the hedge fund and never lose their house. And I was like, yo, that's a brilliant idea. Like, that's such a good idea. Let's do this. So we started doing this. Tim grew up in Carver Shores, which is historically like an all-black neighborhood in downtown Orlando that it really got hit hard by the recession. A lot of like people were losing their houses. It just wasn't good, and nobody was there to like save them, except so the community was relying on community leaders and just people to help out. And that's where Tim came up with this idea, helping his local community. And so we started going to like churches, we started meeting with community leaders and just letting them know like, hey, if you know people in foreclosure, we can short sale, we can do this process that I just described where they get to stay in their house, become a tenant, and then buy their house back, hopefully in 5 years. So we started doing that and getting people cash for keys back in the day when they're still doing that. And people were getting money to start their life over again. And yeah, bro, we did it for like a year and they made it illegal, which is crazy. And they're like, if you short sale your house, you shouldn't be allowed to stay as a tenant. That was all the law was. Like, it matters who the tenant would be. So literally they just made it illegal, and we refused to stop doing it because why would you make something illegal when you're just trying to help the community and not become homeless? So we just got nicknamed the Robin Hoods of real estate because we refused to stop. And I'm glad we did, bro, because like it was, like you said, you're just trying to serve people. Yeah. It doesn't seem right to kick people out of their house, especially if you brought a solution. That's a win-win for everybody. Like, nobody is affected by this except for Wall Street fat cats. And we already bailed them out, so why are they still talking?
Mm-hmm. So what happened after they made it illegal and you kept on going? Was there a point that they start policing it and then it made it harder for you guys to keep on doing what you guys were doing?
Yeah, they started to like change the underwriting for like getting loans in the future. Like they just started making it more and more difficult, and you had to like prove things more. There were just more hoops that you started to have to jump through. And yeah, I mean, we got threatened by multiple banks that they were going to sue us and yada yada. But like I said, we just never stopped until like the steam ran out on that. Because, whatever, if you're going to take me to jail for helping people, then whatever, come get me.